Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If this is the first video that you are seeing on my channel, this is Badispanya, a 29-year-old expat living in the Netherlands for 1 year. And he is my partner, the reason that I moved to the Netherlands. He is Jonathan. And sometimes when I feel that he is wise about some things, I also try to involve him in my videos to share his opinion and knowledge with you as a Dutch person.
Hi everyone!
Yeah, so the title of this video gives you a huge clue, but the news is we bought a house, finally, and we are super happy about it. Actually, we didn't buy it just yesterday. The process started in November and it was going on until like a few weeks ago. Everything is fine now. Our mortgage is approved, our offer is accepted, and now the house is waiting for us to move in June. I wanted to create a video about this to give you the news first, and also I know that buying a house in Netherlands is really a different topic for especially expats, but also Dutch people, Dutch residents as well. So yeah, we wanted to talk about it when our memory and experience is still fresh. We wanted to give the details to you, how our journey went on, and what were the important things maybe to share with you guys to be careful in this process. And yeah, general good news that we are moving in our new house in June. So yeah, we bought our first house. We are super happy about it because for some time already we have been looking for a house. We were lucky though because it didn't take like many months or something. I think we bought a house in 3 months.
Yeah, something like that.
After started looking, actively started looking. We bought the house in 3 months, I think. As you know, I'm an expat here and I've been employed for 6 months. My lucky point is my contract is permanent with my employer. So after 3 months of working there, I was able to buy a house and I was able to apply for a mortgage from the bank actually, because it is the first rule, right?
Yeah, it makes things a lot easier for yourself if you have a permanent contract. Otherwise, they will ask you what did you earn the last 3 years, and they will take the general of that. But now you have a permanent contract, then they really look at the contract. Okay, this is your income, it's fixed. So the bank is the most possible way assured of your income. First 3 months normally is like a trial period. So then after this trial period is done, then you can really start looking for it.
Yeah, so it was the point that I was lucky with, because it is, I think, generally the case that it's not super easy to start with a permanent contract. Generally, expats start with temporary contracts for 1 year or 3 years sometimes. But yeah, some employers also can provide permanent contracts directly, like my experience. We wanted to buy a house for a long time, so we were arranging our budget, because we will explain later, but you also need some cash money. Yeah, you apply for 100% value of the house for mortgage and you mostly get it. But for the process, for other things that Jonathan mostly will explain later, you need also have some cash fluidity, let's say, with you. We had already started with some money savings from our salaries monthly. So we had that in our pockets, around 15k minimum, I would suggest. Even more. And we were lucky because we lived together, so we actually combined our strengths together, financial strengths. Because if I was alone, probably the mortgage that I could get was gonna be less than what we have together now, because they give mortgage for 5 times higher of your annual brutal salary. So for now, not only just mine, but our annual brutal income is summed and multiplied by 5, we were eligible to apply for this value from the bank. So it's always advantageous to buy the house together with your partner or together with someone, let's say. So yes, we started looking. It was for sure difficult. Housing market is so weird here. A house for sale is just dropping in the market. Mostly we were checking funda.nl, by the way. It was just there, we were seeing it and we were directly calling it, for example, but sometimes they were saying it's already full to see the house. It's already fully booked with people who wants to see the house.
Yeah, just maybe also to describe the situation. right now in Netherlands, let's say we were saying we're having a housing crisis. So we are saying we have 2 less homes, let's say, for the people and the needs of them. They are saying like we need to build around 1 million more houses. But yeah, that will take years, and even looking, is it even possible? So that results in some high pressure on the market right now. When you see something appearing on this website, funda.nl, every real estate agent, they are putting all the houses over there for the whole Netherlands. Yeah, you can filter on the city, etc., where you want to buy the house.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, you see a house over there, it's maybe posted the same day. But if you maybe just call later on the day, it can be already gone. In the way of gone, that you don't have the right or the chance anymore to visit that house. You can still buy it, but then you are buying it without having a visit there. Some people are also doing it right now because they're desperate.
Yeah.
So they are just bidding because they know, okay, how many rooms is the bid in the area where I want to live? Okay, I don't even look anymore, and I just bid.
But it's so risky, right? Because house conditions are very important. Inside, sometimes there are weird conditions that you need to take care on, or the electricity.
Yeah, it's true. But at the same time, maybe if you visit already 10 or 12 houses and all the time you
become expert.
Then somehow you are starting to be desperate, and you start to do things what I would not recommend, but it's happening.
So you need to be very quick when you see that.
Yeah, you call the real estate agents, let's say. So you have to call. They say email or call. I would always recommend just to call directly, because then you are quicker and faster. Otherwise,
first come, first serve. So if you call, it's always faster than email.
Yeah, exactly.
So we called some of them. Yeah. We visited 4 houses. We were really passionate about, okay, we are gonna visit some houses. So Jonathan seriously was refreshing the website in every 15 minutes, and he was coming to me with every new appearing, let's say, on the website. But there's a house in a good neighborhood, I think we can look at it, Lola. And then we were directly calling it, and then we were lucky to visit 4 really nice houses. And the first one, we were so in love. It was really good. It was in the city center and providing all the conditions we want. But we couldn't get it, because also another element is how you bid, how much you bid. Actually, there is a bidding process after you visit the house for 1 week or something. It's the time for visiting the house. Like you, many other people are visiting also the house. I would say 7, 8, maybe 10 even. Everyone visits the house in the same week, and then there is a deadline to give the bid. You need to bid almost every time higher than the asked price of the house. For example, one of the houses is asked for 250k euros. Everyone who visited that house is giving their offers, closed offers, secretly to the real estate agent directly, how much they could pay for this house. You can say 252, you can say 270, you can say 300. There is no up limit. This bid actually is the main decision maker if you get the house or not, right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because of this pressure now on the market, it's not like in the past. It was like, you put it for a certain price on the market, and even people try to get it for less in the past.
It's also how I know from my country.
Yeah. So, and now because of this pressure on the market, they are just putting already a price over there, but they know already there will be a higher price because this bidding process will start.
Because some people are really determined to buy it, so they just pay how much they can to own the house.
Yeah, it depends, like crazy things like 50k more than the asking price. It depends on a bit where, which location and which city, etc. But let's say in general of 10% higher than the asking price is really normal. When you do your offer, you also need to realize something. The bank is only funding or giving you a mortgage for the worth of the house. So what does that mean? That means after your offer is accepted, you need to send someone, a professional, to make a calculation of the worth of the house. So if this calculator says, okay, the worth of the house is 260,000, and you did an offer of 275,000, it means you can get a mortgage up to 260,000. That is really what is leading for every fund, let's say, for the mortgage. They will look at the calculation of the guy you sent over after the bid.
So mortgage is for the 100% amount of the house value.
Yeah.
Don't think like 100% of ask price. It's not. It's the 100% of real value of the house decided by another institution, not by the house owner or someone else, or real estate agency.
Yeah, they are certified to do that.
Yeah.
The guy, let's say, you sent over.
Yeah.
That's
So
something
maybe
important.
sometimes house value might be less than the ask price. And in that case, let's say for the 250k asked house, ask price, the real value of it is 235k, then you can only apply for the mortgage for 235k, which means the remaining gap you need to pay from your own budget.
Exactly.
And you don't know this situation, you don't know the real house of the value, if it's exactly the same of the ask price, if it's below it, above it, you don't know it when you bid. We know it's kind of like Russian roulette. You bid without you know. That's why we were advising and saying that you need to have some cash money, cash fluidity with you. You need to be ready for this kind of surprises that you might face after your offer is accepted.
Yeah, also a tip for that, also before you start searching for a house, talk with a financial advisor, because then they can also calculate for you how much you could have the mortgage. Then you are prepared on the market, and then you also know how much own cash you need to bid, because also a certain way, what does this bidding mean? You have different kind of terms of your bid, conditions. Let's say the house is, what Badi for example said, 250k. We are doing an offer of 275k. It's like 10% more than the asking price. Then you can tell them what kind of conditions are connected with your bid. So for example, you could say, yeah, I bid 275k only if I get my mortgage done at the bank. Mm-hmm. So there's some safe thing for you. If the bank at the end will not accept your mortgage or want to give you a mortgage, then you are secured, and then you don't have to pay any penalty. Mm-hmm. Because if you don't do it, it's for the seller is more attractive, because they don't have to think about, oh, they are depending on a mortgage of a bank. Yeah. But at the same time, it's a risk for you, because often if you don't put this term, this condition, and you cannot make it, you need to pay 10% penalty of the bid. So watch out with that.
It's not a joke. If you can't just give some number, I give 300, I give 350.
Exactly,
you need to be serious about it. And sometimes, you can work with these advisors, but they just give you assumption. They don't give you 100%. You will get this mortgage, this amount, 275k, you will have it. No one can give you this promise.
And at the same time, you have another condition, and that is more about the construction of the house. If the construction is good of the house. So after you did the bid, if you put that condition, if they accepted your bid, the seller, you can send someone over there to check the construction of the house.
Our case was like that too. We did that.
Yeah, because our house is really old, like from 1917 or something.
Yeah. By the way, this is generally a case for Netherlands houses, because houses generally are so old, or they need different conditions. They have different materials used in the construction, and some materials tend to be out of usage a bit quicker than other materials. So you always need to be sure, actually, if you are gonna buy it, it's not gonna come up with thousands of euros more construction cost for you. Or even if you are gonna do that, you need to know it beforehand, so that you can be prepared, right, financially. So it's a good idea. If you are buying a house, especially if it's an old house, please put it as a condition on your offer that we want to have a construction report, and then send these special people to your house to have a check-in, let's say. Yeah,
and you add these conditions when you do your bid. Often it goes by email or a kind of portal of the real estate agent, and you say over there, okay, I'm doing this bid, the amount, which conditions you want to apply on your bid, and then you will send the bid to the real estate agent, and then often after a week, 10 days is a deadline, and they announce directly
who got the house.
Then the real process starts of buying the house, because before you talked with a financial advisor just to give you some indication, assumptions, and then when your bid really got accepted, then all the paperwork starts, what you need to have applying for the mortgage.
It's really a difficult and time-taking process, we would say. So don't be demotivated if your offers are not accepted, because it's not super easy. For us, it took 3 rejections. We got the 4th one. And as I said, the first one, we really liked it, but someone who is really determined with that house bid 50k more over the ask price. We bid only 20k more because it was our first offer. So we were like, maybe we can get it for 20k more, who knows? We were a bit hopeful, you know. But in the time when your offers are rejected, so your tendency to bid more is increasing because you are getting sick of it. You just want to buy a house because it's really a huge thing to keep on your mind, actually. So you just want to bid whatever you can with all your financial capacity, and you just want to close the topic. That's why in the first offer we just bid 20k and we lost it, and the other 2 we didn't like it that much. Even one of them we didn't make any offers. Of course, you have a choice to not to make any offer. Let's say you went there, you visited the house, but you didn't like it. You don't have to make an offer for the house. You just said that I'm not giving any offer. We also skipped 1 or 2 houses, I think, and then there was this one, the one that we bought. When we just entered the house, we loved it. It's a monument category house, which means it's really like a museum or something. It is from 1912. If you are watching this video, probably you would be thinking like, are you people crazy? How would you buy a house from 1912? But it is so nice, and we are lucky that the owners before us made a lot of construction inside. They renewed the house, and we can say actually it is almost ready to just move in, right? We don't need to do a lot of stuff construction wise. Also, we did this construction report that Jonathan was talking about. So we brought some engineers and they checked the house, they checked the material, they checked the roof, basement, and they said that okay, maybe there are some things to repair, but they are not very costly, probably 5-6k euros. So we said, okay, we can do it. We made our bid for 10% more of the asking price, and then they announced that we got the house. We were really happy. At the beginning, we just couldn't believe, like, really? Did we get the house? Are you serious? Because I was really got used to being rejected all the time with other offers. Then, after being happy, you need to wake up from your dream and all those positive vibes, and you need to start with paperwork. I'm giving the speech mostly to Jonathan because he was our paper guy.
Yeah, so when your offer is accepted, first thing you do is go back to your financial advisor, and they will tell you really easily what kinds of documents you need to give them. For example, you need to give them your pay slips of the last 3 months for every person who was involved in buying the house.
So both of us.
Yeah, so both need to give them their pay slips of the last 3 months. If you're an entrepreneur like me, you have some other documents to give, like from your company, from the last 3 years, your financial reports of your company, income tax also from the last 3 years. From your employer, you need some statements about your contract as well. So you have your own contract, but also maybe some statements are asked, PDF of the current balance of your account. I think these things are the most important things. When you make that in order, the financial advisor make a proposal to the bank to ask for a mortgage.
Do we choose the bank or advisor advise something?
Together. So at the end, you choose at which bank you want to take your mortgage. I mean, it is your loan, so you are deciding about that. Yeah, you have also some conversations with your financial advisor. They will talk to you like, okay, this is the percentage over here. What are the benefits? What are the cons? And at the end, you decide by yourself which bank you will take.
Because, for example, banks' applications would be different too, right? Because in our case, we ask for some additional budget on top of our mortgage to do isolation. Some banks say okay to this idea, but some banks give you just the mortgage amount.
So when you prep all your stuff, the financial advisor can make this send it to the bank, and the bank will give them a message like, okay, we can do them this offer, and then is yeah, if you get the offer of the bank, it's good news. So then you can go to the financial advisor, both or alone, you sign the document, and from that moment, yeah, you bought the house. But they will also always put a date in it. For example, for we just signed the offer of the bank. We signed it, let's say, a month ago almost. But we can just move there 1st of June. That's also written when you buy the house. They will write down when the house is available.
So it's the condition that the seller puts. They said that we can only move out in June. If you accept to move in June, you can buy it.
Yeah, and also something about the payment of the mortgage. We'll just start when you receive the key. We will, example, receive the key at the 1st of June. That means we start paying our mortgage from the 1st of June. So you don't have double cost in between right now.
We are just paying our rent now, as usual, like we do, until June. And in June, we got our new house key. We are able to move in. And then we start payment of monthly mortgage amount. By the way, we didn't talk about that. So when your offer is accepted, you need to sign also a contract with real estate agent.
Yeah, it's a temporary contract, and also the terms will be put there. So the conditions, you put it on your offer as well.
Because it's the first step. They say, hello, good news, your offer is accepted.
Yeah.
And then the first thing is with real estate agent to sign this contract. They close the house for any other offers, so they also want to guarantee themselves, right? And after this temporary contract, you have 3 days to change your idea about your offer. You can still say that, oh, I'm just taking back my offer, I changed my idea. Or maybe just in that 3 days you saw another house, you like it more, then you say, I cancel this one, I will make offer to another one. And then finally, it is decided from the bank that you approved, and your advisor reaches you out for a meeting. The advisor explains you the amount, how much is your monthly payment, what are the results if you don't pay it, what happens if something happens to one of you, or if you break up or something.
This is needed when you are not married yet. So if you are married with each other, these kind of things are arranged by marriage and the terms you put over there. But if you're not married before you buy the house, in our situation, you could put some temporary contract or temporary agreement just to be safe. Yeah, so at the 1st of June, how it goes. Often before you're gonna sign at a notary, you will visit the house one more time to see if there are other things damaged right now, you see. So you cannot see everything for sure, but just to check up. And then afterwards, you go to the notary, you will sign it over there, the contract, and you will get the key. Yeah, and that's when you can enter your house.
Steps that we followed with our house are these. It was a long process, but we are happy to achieve all of this finally, and now we are excitingly waiting for June to move in. Yes guys, so it will be a long video than I usually do, I think. I hope these tips and our journey and the process of buying a house in the Netherlands was helpful for you. And if you like the video, if you find it useful and informative, please don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel.
Good luck with buying a house in the Netherlands. Take the time for it and you will find a lovely house for yourself as well.
Be patient, stay positive.
Bye bye.
See you later.